All right, Saagar, what are you looking at?
Well, last week I brought you all the case of Douglas Mackey. He's a pro-Trump Twitter user who in 2016 tweeted out a meme targeted at Hillary voters, telling them that they could avoid the line and vote by text. To most people, that sounds funny or lame, possibly a mix of both. But to Joe Biden's Department of Justice, they saw a crime. The very first week in office, they indicted Mackey on a charge of conspiracy to deprive individuals of their right to vote. Prosecutors alleged that some 4,500 people called the number on the meme and that Mackey distributed. They honed in on Mackey's private messages, where he and other pro-Trump Twitter personalities reveled in the reach of their accounts, hoping they could trick, quote, dopey liberals not to vote. Now, is Mackey a good person? Probably not. But that's not enough to put somebody on trial. Ultimately, this trial was about whether satire online should be legal, even satire that is malicious, mean, and targeted, whether that should be illegal or not. Here is the meme. And to be clear, Mackey did not even make it. He only distributed it along with many others. Do you really believe any reasonable person would see this meme and otherwise not vote? The Biden Department of Justice certainly did. Apparently, so did a jury of Mackey's peers who convicted him in the Eastern District of New York on Thursday on conspiracy to deprive other American citizens of their right to vote. Already, the censorious establishment is doing backflips online over the victory of this case. Why? The government even put out a victorious press release about the verdict, put it as a warning to anyone else who may do so online. But a closer scrutiny of the trial itself is necessary. For the government to be truly ironclad in their case, they would have to prove that Mackey's meme crossed the satire line because people otherwise texted to vote rather than vote itself. Their theory of this case relied on the fact that some 4,500 people called this phone number. Yet, when his defense challenged prosecutors to bring forward one single witness who said that they were fooled, they could not do so. Let me repeat, not one person was called to the stand to testify that their civil right to vote was actually deprived by this meme, despite having their phone numbers. And that means from the facts of the case, on its face, all the government proved was that Mackey posted this meme, that some people interacted with the same phone number, and that he may have been malicious in his intent. As to the witnesses, the star witness at trial had nothing to do even with depriving anyone of votes. Instead, it was a dude named Microchip, who was part of Mackey's group chat. During this testimony, Microchip cast Mackey as a leader of the group who distributed memes targeted at liberals, but under cross-examination admitted two key things. Number one, he was testifying because he was cooperating with the FBI and plead to a reduced charge. Two, quote, there was no grand plan around stopping people from voting. So if there was no grand plan, there was no conspiracy, right? You can't prove a real conspiracy, and you can't prove a single witness was harmed. Then what are we doing here? Obviously, none of these questions mattered to the New York City jury that convicted Mackey, but one has to wonder if the politics of the area played into that, and also to the wisdom of bringing charges like this in the first place. Prosecutorial discretion is a hell of a drug, and immediately, with the precedent set, a lot of people are looking for similar examples and saying, hey, why isn't this person in jail? Many pointed to this tweet by Christina Wong, a liberal Hillary supporter in 2016 who tweeted, quote, hey, Trump supporters, skip poll lines at election 2016 and text your vote. Tech votes are legit. Or vote tomorrow on Super Wednesday. That, along with the video that was viewed close to 1 million times. Now, if you ask me, that's funny. And just as ridiculous as the meme that Mackey posted. But now, by the standards the government has set, any of the 843,000 people who watched that video have been contaminated by Wong's conspiracy to prevent Trump supporters to vote. Now, curiously, Ms. Wong remains free and clear to this day. To be clear, she should remain so. So should Mackey. People say stuff on the internet they don't mean all the time. Worse, this has been rewarded now by the FBI for wasting their time policing Twitter trolls rather than letting child sex predators like Larry Nassar go free. As I reminded everyone last time, the nanny state behavior of the feds here is something that reveals a very, very deep rot. As Matt Taibbi discovered, FBI agents whose salaries we are paying were spending their time flagging moronic, tiny Twitter accounts, joking, including one who said, quote, I am a ballot counter in my state. If you're not wearing a mask, I'm not counting your vote. Saying that every negative comment on the post she would add a vote for the Democratic Party. Or another example, the low follower user who tweeted, quote, I want to remind Republicans to vote tomorrow, and included the wrong date. This was flagged by FBI agents who wanted Twitter to take it down. It had 3 retweets. And under the standard of the now established Mackey conviction, they can claim anyone who saw that tweet and misinterpreted it could have had their civil rights violated, or a conspiracy to do so. The standard now has been set and the gauntlet thrown. We now live in a significantly less free internet. The best response to this, from an individual perspective, post less, even if you're anonymous. If you screw with somebody like Hillary, they will track you down to the ends of the earth and potentially throw you in prison for a decade for a crime of her running a terrible campaign. Ultimately, this is about elite protection. They target those who make a mockery of them. When they make a mockery of us, they get rewarded. They remain free, they get richer than ever. And look, once again, I'm not saying that he's a nice guy.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.